I'm 63 years old, and this week I'm taking meals to my parents. My mom just got out of a nursing home rehab and is still recovering from a major medical event. And tomorrow I'll be on Zoom calls with some of you guys. And then after that, I'll go help take care of my grandkids. Does any of this sound familiar? You guys, we are what's called the sandwich generation, where we are tasked with taking care of many times aging elderly parents. Even if they're healthy or they're not healthy, they still need us. We've got businesses and lives to run, and then we've got kids and grandkids. Newsflash, nobody ever told me that when my kids grew up, I wouldn't be done. I thought magically they would turn 22 and I would be free. Not free. And in reality, guys, this is not a complaint. This is reality. I think probably a lot of you are feeling this way as well. We are in the middle of two worlds, really. And the question is, when do we ever get to live in our own world? Now, what we know about the sandwich generation is it is exhausting. I'm beat, you guys, and you probably are too. The question is, when will we get our time? Now, don't get me wrong. I cherish every minute with all of my family members, and I'm blessed to live in the same town with them. But I do also want to have a life. I want to have a big life. I'm trying to figure out when. When will that happen? Is there some magical day when it happens? Unfortunately, for many of us, it might be when our parents are no longer here. And I don't even want to think about that because we are very close. But I'm going to have to be planning for my future when I retire. Now, let's be real, I probably will never 100% retire because I love what I do. But I'm looking at my next phase of life, thinking about when does the me time start? If this is you, stick around and we'll talk about maybe some good options. So, really, let's define the sandwich generation. It's not just boomers, it's Gen X as well. If you're in that group 45 to 65, you probably know what I'm talking about, or maybe you have friends who are dealing with this, but we are jugglers. I can't really juggle real balls, but I've got a lot of balls in the air and sometimes things start to drop. We are still trying to do well in our jobs and make it to our retirement, but we're dealing with aging parents and other relatives. They need us. They need us emotionally. They need us physically to care for them sometimes, and sometimes financially. A lot of people, at least 1 in 7 people in that age group, is offering financial support to either aging parents or adult children. I talk to a lot of you who have kids who have failed to launch. It's not uncommon in today's economy to still have your kids at home. But then what if you have to move mom and dad in? How are we going to juggle all of these balls and still have time for ourselves, our mental health, our physical health? We're doing things like putting off our own doctor appointments, our own self-care, because everybody needs us. Tell me in the comments below, put a quick comment and tell me if you're kind of feeling this pain. Again, not complaining, but it's just where many of us are at. And so in getting our plan, for me, it's going to be moving to a 55 plus community in the near future where I can finally have that me time. I can join all the clubs. I can have fun. Even if I'm still working a little, I can finally get that break for me when everybody else is settled and taken care of. So let's get to the 55 plus communities and how this will really enhance our lives. If you are in that season, you're going to have to wait a little while. If you've just come through that season, ding, 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 you're ready. You're ready to take time for you, time for self-care. This is the greatest way ever to do it, you guys. You will have sometimes 100 plus clubs to attend. I looked the other day at the clubs just in Pebble Creek. Oh my gosh, I'm ready to quit my job. I had probably 20 that I thought, oh, I could pop in there and check them out. Everything from needlepoint. You guys may know that I've taken up needlepoint, and no, I'm not an old lady, but it is good for my brain and I do enjoy it. I could stop into the needlepoint club. I could finally learn mahjong. I could do a Bible study group. I could do anything. There's a Corvette club, you guys. I could buy a Corvette and think I'm cool and join that club. Probably not because I can't get in and out of a Corvette. But if you have a Corvette, there's a club for you. Do you see kind of what I'm saying here? There are outdoor activities to keep your body fit and well. Maybe you've had parents that didn't take the best care of themselves, and that was part of the problem. Don't let that be you. Go to the rec center and work out in the fitness rooms. They've got cardio rooms. They've got weightlifting centers. And then the outdoor stuff, join pickleball. Take a walk. That's easy enough. Maybe you have a dog that is begging to be walked and you've always been too busy. Walking paths and trails for you to just get out and enjoy the clean, fresh air and a little sunshine while you get some exercise. Those kind of things are there built in. The other thing is that you're going to avoid the social isolation that many older people face because they didn't move to one of these communities. And we'll talk about that in one of our upcoming videos, how being isolated, it's not good for your mental health and your physical health. So this will solve a lot of the issues that maybe you've been feeling while you've been putting everybody else first. You guys, this is the time for us. I hate to say me time because that sounds so selfish. So I'll say us because if we all do it, we're not bad people. But I think that the 55 plus community lifestyle is amazing for people in the Gen X and the Boomer demographics to fill up our cup with a very, very rich lifestyle. So we know we want to do it. We know we need to do it. How are we going to transition from the life we're leading now, being all things to all people, into the life that we really dream of? Well, it's going to be baby steps. I don't think this is an overnight thing. I do talk to a lot of people who say, well, when mom or dad passes, then we can make the move. And you hate to be sitting around on Christmas looking at your parents saying, okay, could you just go already? Because I got plans. That's not what any of us are going to do. We're going to treasure every moment with our family members because once they're gone, we're not going to get them back. But we need to be maybe having some hard conversations with our adult kids saying, hey, you guys need to understand that this is my time. This is what your dad and I, or in my case, this is what I want to do and will be doing. And just so you know, I'll be coming home multiple times a year if you need me because you guys want to take a 4-day vacation to Hawaii. I'll fly up and help with the kids. I just can't be here day to day because you guys aren't paying any attention to me anyway. You might not say that last part, but you're thinking it. So start having those gentle conversations. If your parents are still with you, be thankful. I'm thankful for mine, that's for darn sure. But start having similar conversations with them. Start looking at what the plan is. A lot of people that call me will be moving their parents here with them. Maybe they're in an assisted living or a care facility. They will just locate a facility here in Arizona so that their parents are nearby. They can still, oversee their care and see them very frequently. They don't leave them back in the old place and never go back. That's not the case. But maybe that's something that you need to be talking with parents. Hey, this is what's going to work best for our whole family. And so let's talk about what our options are. And then if you're supporting family members financially, a little bit here and there, or a lot here and there, again, you're blessed if you can do it. Not everybody can do it or will do it. But if you want to honor your loved ones with that, you can continue to do that. You just need to know what that's going to look like. And if it's adult children, probably want to ease out of that a little bit because, guys, we're retiring. We need most of our money for our long-term care and our long-term plan. So don't do things out of guilt. Oh, we're leaving, so we have to write a check. No, you're leaving because you've earned this time. And yeah, you can still keep helping out financially. But the point here is to be easing out of us being the number one caregivers and taking back our lives. So the next thing you'll want to be thinking about it, whether it's right now that you're ready or you see your life coming, full bloom in the next few years, start researching. If you found this video, you're on YouTube because you're researching these communities. But maybe plan a visit. Don't wait until you've hit the wall or something major has happened and do something rash. Do a little pre-planning. Start visiting some communities. Call me and I can help you set up a guest stay so you can embed yourself for a few days in the community. What you see in fancy drone shots and YouTube videos may not be the case. I know I talked to somebody the other day, and it's not the first time I've heard this, where they feel like they're getting a lot of pretty content, but it's coming from empty heads. And you guys know I don't have an empty head. I call it like it is. But let's tour the community with my team, and we will tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. There's not very much ugly in these communities, that's for sure. For some of you, there might be, and that's why it's a match. We all know, if you've seen my villages videos, that was the ugly for me. Doesn't mean it's bad. You might love it. It just wasn't going to be my place. But based on all the YouTube videos, I thought it was really cool and I was ready to move there. You don't want to start visiting these places again when you're in shock, grief, burnout, your spouse passed away a week ago and you just know you've got to do something. No, start researching now. Make some calls. Have some visits. If you don't want to come to Arizona, we've got plenty of other places, and I've got partners all over the country that specialize in these communities. I can connect you with those people. You can visit Arizona. You can visit South Carolina. You can go to Nevada. Do you kind of get the point here? The key is start dreaming now and do it without guilt, you guys. We're not bad people for wanting what we want, and not bad people at all. It's just something a lot of people don't talk about because there's guilt and you don't have anybody to share it with. Well, you can call me and share it with me because I'm in the thick of it right now, and thankful to be able to serve my family members. But I'm starting to think, man, if I've only got 20 years left of, good physical and brain health, I'm burning daylight here, to quote John Wayne. So we need to be gently easing ourselves into what our future plan is, because the day logically will come when we're not caretakers anymore. What I want you to know here is you're not a bad person for wanting your life back. You're not a bad person for wanting to dream. Also, you need to know our kids are watching us, and the kind of treatment we give to others, mainly our parents, is the kind of treatment we're going to model for our kids. If we want to be cared for and loved well, we got to teach them. And so be thinking about that as you're going through this transitional phase, or maybe you're stuck in it for the next 5 years. I don't know. But be thinking about that. But don't feel guilty. You're not a bad person for wanting what you want. You're not a bad person for wanting a dream. All of us want to imagine waking up in a beautiful 55 plus community where the only thing we have to think about is, am I going to the gym or should I drop in at pickleball? And then which restaurant do I want to go to? Maybe I'll get a coffee, or I might mix it up and get a juice today at the juice bar. those are the things that really we're dreaming of and we want. And so if this video has resonated with you, or maybe you know somebody in this season of life, leave me a comment and be sure to like the video, but better yet, pass it on to somebody else who might benefit from this information. It is kind of a silent thing that many of us are dealing with. I don't want to say suffering with, because I'm not suffering at all, but I'm dealing with it and I'm trying to navigate it. Maybe you guys don't see videos as often as you'd like or as I'd like. It's because I'm, hauling pans of baked ziti to either my kids or to my parents, just trying to be helpful and loving. And so you're probably there too, or you've just come out of that season. So if this is you, please call me at the number below on the screen. I'd love to talk more about your future plans and see how we can help you get on to the rich, big life that you've been dreaming of. I'm excited to talk to you soon.